couple of weeks ago, the little kitten fell ill, and the little budgie guard died, and the wife had a bad chest, didn't feel well, most of us in the house.
You didn't feel well yourself either?
No. I had a bad chest, coughing, and sort of reaching.
What did you put it down to at the time?
Well, we didn't know really. We just had the North Sea gas installed, and we didn't think it was that. But when these things happened, we put a couple of things together and thought it may have been that that caused it.
This is, or rather was, Billy the Budgie, the turner's pet, just one of the many Islington casualties. He, like several birds and animals who've gone the same way in the last few weeks, have ended up in the hands of Joe Cleary. He's the local taxidermist.
Well, that was the guy down the street. He, on one of the fruit stalls, he just brought it in one day and said, Polly went in the night, and do you want him? So I said, yeah, we could always do with a green parrot, and so we stuffed him.
And the mynah bird?
Well, this mynah bird here, he was not a young mynah bird, but he shouldn't have gone, you know. There was someone just down around the corner in Islington.
What about you yourself? You've been having a bit of trouble at home as well, haven't you?
Well, I had a little thriving colony of Three Frogs, about 4 or 5, and they all died at once one morning. They were all quite healthy the night before, and the next morning they were dead. And my dog, well, he sleeps under the kitchen table, and he was very, very ill. He just didn't eat for about 2 or 3 days. And the gas, I found a leak and so forth, and the gas man came and said, has your dog been unwell? Because it ought to have been. And from that, the pin dropped, and I realised that it all made sense. This is why all these animals were dying mysteriously, so to speak. There was natural gas.
But you're quite sure, are you, that it is the gas? I mean, it's quite an allegation to make.
Well, I'm not really making a hard allegation like I accuse you or anything, but just by a whole set of circumstances, including what the gas man himself said.
Another Islington local who's been directly affected is Mr. Biry Cooper, who runs a pet stall. Bereaved pet owners have been turning to him for replacements. What sort of effect has it had on the trade?
Well, I wish not to answer that one, but it has troubled it, I would say that.
Meanwhile, it's very good for business, I see.
Well, I'm not complaining about it, but it's very sad if animals die, especially when it's avoidable. Very, very sad.